Once again, welcome to the first Kampala DevOps and Cloud Summit. We're coming to you virtually from Kampala, Uganda. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so today's summit has brought together DevOps engineers, cloud engineers, software engineers, tech leaders, students, all in one space. And this marks a historic milestone for us that this is our very first virtual summit. While we are joining in behind screens, we believe that and hope that our next summit, we shall be gathering under one roof or in person. Until then, you are in the right place with the right community and at the right time. Today is extra special today is extra special because today is not just another virtual conference. Yesterday, we hit a milestone of 2 years of Kampala DevOps Community. Last year, we were able to have a physical session and we were able to even be blessed by having a piece of cake to celebrate this anniversary. But today we are joining in virtually and we're celebrating this milestone virtually. Kampala DevOps Community started with a humble story of DevOps engineers, cloud engineers, and tech enthusiasts coming together to be able to connect, learn, and share knowledge. In just 24 months, what began as casual discussions and weekend meetups have developed into a vibrant ecosystem. And we appreciate you being part of this ecosystem. And we hope today is a testament that you can appreciate what the community will offer you. I will reference a popular African proverb: if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Even in this patch environment, executing a summit of this scale requires incredible partners who believe in our vision in shaping East Africa's cloud and DevOps ecosystem. And for this, I want to take a moment and express our heartfelt gratitude to official partners. As you can see on our screen, we have 3 partners: Emata, JetBrains, and Nairobi DevOps Community. Firstly, a massive thank you to Emata. Emata is demonstrating what it means to leverage modern technology to transform and impact real lives across our region, driving financial inclusion powered by robust, scalable, and reliable systems. Thank you, Emata, for investing in tech talent and supporting our community's journey. Yeah. Our second shout out is to JetBrains. JetBrains is known for developing world-class developer tools. JetBrains has been empowering developers globally for decades. And for this, we are going to be giving away licenses worth over $1,000 to attendees and speakers, thanks to JetBrains. Another massive shout out goes to the Nairobi DevOps community. The cross-border solidarity between Kampala and Nairobi proves that technology truly knows no borders. To the Nairobi team who collaborated with us to co-promote this event, thank you. We're building East Africa's tech corridor together. They have really been massive in promoting this event in their tech community. And on this call, we have a couple of Kenyan speakers as well as also Kenyan attendees going to be joining in. Now, even though we are sitting behind screens, this summit is just not about connections, it's about technical learnings. And for this, we have tried to build a live hub where you can be able to ask questions, as well as also be able to connect with the team through our WhatsApp community, as well as also on LinkedIn while using the hashtags #Kampala DevOps and Cloud Summit 2026, and also #Kampala DevOps Community. Take a moment, tweet about this, post on LinkedIn about this, post on your status about this. Let's flood social media today. As I wrap up these opening remarks, I want to leave you with one final thought. Tools change, cloud providers update their features, frameworks come and go, but the foundation that endures, the force that actually drives innovation, is community. Today, as we kick off our first virtual summit, fresh off celebrating our official 2-year anniversary yesterday, remember that this community belongs to everyone logging in today. Our virtual speakers are ready, technical tracks are loaded, let's learn, let's network, let's keep scaling together. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the summit. On this momentous occasion, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Davis Agaba, our CTO, who's on the call with us to deliver the keynote address. Welcome, Davis.
Hi, morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Steven. Whether you're joining us from here in Kampala, if anywhere else in the world, it's a privilege to be here. Welcome. I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you to the DevOps community for this opportunity to speak this morning, but also thank you even more for this platform that you're building. Those who know me know that I'm very passionate about learning and building a platform for engineers and builders across this region to learn from one another is something that is really a great milestone, and I want to congratulate you for the 2 years as well that you've taken. One of the things that I've noticed in East Africa and Africa in general is really the hard truth. We don't have enough spaces like this. Look at what has been happening elsewhere. In Europe alone, you have over 600 dedicated conferences scheduled for about 2 years. North America has about 300 CUBE conferences. I can go on. And this really draw about 12,500 engineers across their events. We have a same community that runs in Europe called DevOps Days, which is a very popular one that runs dozens of chapters every year across Europe and North America. But let's take a look at Africa and think about this for a moment. You probably see about roughly maybe 50 at most conferences for the entire continent, not just the region, which actually, and if you think about DevOps in specific terms, it becomes even much leaner. So you might just think these are numbers, but they do have a cost. Knowledge doesn't circulate that doesn't circulate in a region alone can mean that the region is going to move slower. We repeat each other's mistakes instead of building each other's progress. And of course, what ultimately leads to is the other regions compounding their learnings year over year and falling behind in all other aspects because the engineers are less capable. Not that engineers are less capable, but we have fewer places to compare notes. So once again, I want to say thank you to Steven because I believe that we did embrace the spirit of learning and sharing knowledge, and the entire DevOps community at large is something that you've shown. The important aspect of this, of course, is not to forget that in one sense or another, we may be competitors in the market. But when I share a broken pipeline and how I fixed it with my colleague, even if they work in a different company altogether, I'm not giving one advantage. I'm just raising the floor for the ecosystem. Learning from each other really means that we have more reliable systems. Customers can trust us more. Investors can come in. You have a strong talent pool for hire. And in general, you definitely see a standard of engineering raised in East Africa. I'm focusing more on this because it's really personal to me. I can give you a story of my background. I was an electrical engineer way back then, but I had passion for software. And if it was not for people who have fed into me every day to actually bring me to where I am today, I wouldn't have learned. And they did all this for free, right? And not having a computer science background, but growing and learning every day is what has led me to where I am today. So I was given opportunities to work in the field. I was given opportunities to try out things. I had colleagues who were willing to teach me patiently, generously, and for free. There are no reservations. They mentored me because perhaps someone admitted into them. And this is the model that I believe that has brought me to where I am today. And I think it's the same that probably a number of you can relate to on this call, but it's really the ultimate foundation of this community. So obviously, one can easily say that, okay, let me just sit in a corner, I have the internet, and I can learn from all of it, all these things, and apply them. And indeed, yes, that's true. There's the pace of technology itself has really escalated. If you've been in this field long enough, you must remember the times when you've been in those cold server rooms, looking at those machines and praying that a deployment would go through before sunrise. And yes, maybe it still happens today in some instances, so we can't ignore that. But you also must appreciate that so much has changed. In DevOps specifically, we rarely manually configure servers. You have now cloud infrastructure, you have infrastructure as code, CI/CD pipelines, and AI, of course, not forgetting AI, have taken over the manual burden. And it's very easy, of course, now to enter a prompt and get your answers, which is right. But I think that the actual requirement that this shift has brought us is fundamental, because these tools are going to share standard practices. They're going to be built across models that have reviewed data across millions of what people have done, right? And at the same time, you who is using these tools will have to learn how to use them. So you can't really afford to work in isolation anymore. And you have to use them well. You have to keep learning from each other in real time. And it's how you actually get to be more efficient as an engineer. To share knowledge and how to apply that knowledge is really fundamental. And then there's the other aspect of all this that, of course, has come to the forefront, which is cybersecurity. Because we are all now nodes, like all over the world. Individuals are nodes. We are in a shared system all together, and we need to remain accountable for keeping the systems. And that's part of the role of DevOps. And in some companies, this is really combined with DevSecOps. So it's really foundational that we now take on the advantage and share some of this knowledge, so that we, number one, expose vulnerabilities within our systems, and we kind of call out the hackers, because once you stay in isolation, that's when the attacker wins, right? So as we push forward towards DevOps excellency, there's one thing that I want you to take away from this, and this is individually growing together. First of all, you learn as an individual, you get the capacity, but continue to grow together. So this means that you have to invest real time in learning, and not just what the project demands, but continuous and developing, deliberately learning as a habit. And then learning from each other, which is the second aspect of it. So don't sit alone in a room assuming that you'll figure it out by yourselves. And it's what you take from these forums and from conversations with your colleagues that will spark something that will solve problems, maybe today, maybe even in the future. You may not know. And this learning should also be extended to tooling, right? Remember that none of us are masters of every tool. And whenever we are learning something, you're learning something uniquely to yourself, to your experiences, to your history. That's what learning is all about. And bringing these experiences together and how you approach something might be different from how the other person approaches it. And sharing that knowledge is actually what is fundamental. And obviously, I'll still point this out. Even with AI present, I still think this still increasingly applies to AI, as we are learning how we can use it well as a community, and what ways we have used it to accelerate our growth, and what we can achieve together. So the distance really between the question and answer can really help us debug faster and frees up time. But that time that you've freed up from AI can now be translated into learning and sharing the knowledge. Yeah, so I'm not going to speak for long. I want to give an experience from what we have at Emata. At Emata, our mission is to finance 100 million farmers across Africa and turning agriculture data into faster, fair access credit for smallholder farmers who have for a long time been locked out from the financial sector or the formal financial ways of credit. So the only way this can work for us is by of course, technology, but more importantly, the people who are behind it, the engineers who are building this technology. So what we've done internally is to build our own culture around learning and how we've brought that to a forefront and how we've made that important. Yes, we provided a team with tools like AI that they use on a day-to-day. But I think the important thing is that we backed up with this with practice. In practice, in terms of holding workshops, both internally and externally. And I think it is some of these that where people come together and share the knowledge of what they've been learning as individuals that actually helps us to grow together as a company, because then you keep the knowledge within the different individuals. So I want to thank once again, I want to say thank you, Steven, because I want to believe that you built all this up from your experiences and you've seen the need for the gap of Kampala DevOps community. I want to thank the entire community of Kampala DevOps, because it is because of you guys that we're going to continue to grow in this. Yeah, so thank you for listening. I want to encourage all of you to take full advantage of this platform, ask the hard questions, then also go ahead and make connections. Some of them are going to be applied immediately. You're going to learn from each other right now. That is something that maybe you're working on. But I believe that it's even in the future, this knowledge that you acquire today will be helpful. So do listen to the speakers and have a good time. All the best in the summit today. Steven, over to you.
Thank you so much, Davis. Thank you so much for those rich insights. We truly appreciate those insights. And I think we can testify, building from the internal knowledge sharing workshops, I think that motivated building something external, and that led to the birth of Kampala DevOps Community. Thank you so much. Thank you. And hopefully we are going to be able to take the culture on.
You're welcome, Steven.